Hello, I am Dr. Helena Guimarães. Today, I want to talk to you about an invisible danger, a silent threat that is attacking the vast majority of people over 50 years old, and that, unfortunately, almost no one notices in time. I'm not talking about a rare disease, but rather a fundamental mechanical problem that is stealing your vitality, clouding your mind, and, most importantly, weakening your intimate potency. Poor blood circulation. Over the decades, our arteries and veins, which should be fluid and flexible pathways, tend to become rigid, narrow, and clogged. Imagine a garden hose full of limescale and dirt. The water simply doesn't flow with force. That's exactly what happens to your body, and the consequences are devastating. Erectile dysfunction, chronic fatigue, heaviness in the legs, and that constant feeling that you're no longer the same as before. The saddest thing I see in my office is that thousands of men resign themselves to it. They believe these symptoms are the inevitable price of aging. I'm already 50 years old, it's normal, they tell me, and I tell them no. It's not normal, and it's definitely not irreversible. As a health specialist, I've dedicated my career to proving that if you clean and repair your internal pipes, your body responds by recovering the energy of 20 years ago. And the good news is that you don't need aggressive medications to start solving this. Today, I'm going to share with you a natural secret, a powerful and accessible tool that acts like a true arterial unclogger. I'm going to teach you how to use a common ingredient that, when utilized with the right strategy, has the ability to restore your blood flow and return that vitality you thought you'd lost forever. Stay until the end, because the recipe I'm going to reveal today is the same one that the longest living communities on the planet use to stay strong until they're 100 years old. When a man passes 50 years old and notices that his vigor is diminishing, his first instinct is to blame the calendar. I'm getting old, he thinks. But as a doctor, I need to tell you that this is only half the truth. The real culprit isn't time, but rather the quality of your internal river, your bloodstream. Think of it this way. Your blood is the vehicle that transports oxygen and vital nutrients to every cell, from your brain to the tips of your toes. But above all, it's the hydraulic fuel necessary for your intimate region to function. An erection is nothing more than blood trapped under pressure. If the roads, your arteries, are full of holes, accumulated fat, and rigidity, the traffic simply doesn't reach its destination. This is where the invisible protagonist of our story comes in: nitric oxide. I want you to remember this name. It's a gaseous molecule that your body produces naturally, and its function is to act as a relaxant for the arterial walls, allowing them to dilate and blood to flow freely. The problem is that as we age, our internal nitric oxide factory starts to fail. Statistics tell us that a 60-year-old man produces significantly less of this gas than a 20-year-old. The result? Blood vessels become narrow and rigid. This vascular rigidity is the silent cause of weak or non-existent erections, feeling cold in the extremities, and that heavy fatigue that doesn't go away even with sleep. It's not a lack of desire, it's a lack of hydraulic pressure. And the most dangerous part is that this is often the gateway to bigger problems, like hypertension or heart disease. But here's the hope. Modern medicine and ancestral wisdom agree on something wonderful. The situation is reversible. You don't have to settle for living with clogged arteries. There are master keys in nature capable of reactivating your nitric oxide production and cleaning your blood vessels, without the need for surgeries or medications with side effects. And the solution I'm bringing you today is surprisingly simple. A root that you've probably seen in the supermarket, but never valued as the potent natural remedy it is. The answer nature offers us for this problem is as powerful as it is accessible. and it's ginger, but I want you to erase from your mind the idea that it's just a spice for flavoring cookies or tea. For a doctor specialized in health, ginger is essentially a natural vascular medicine. Why does it work so effectively? The secret is in its biochemistry. This root is loaded with bioactive compounds called gingerols and shogiols. Think of them as a cleaning and repair team for your arteries. These compounds have an extraordinary dual function. First, they are potent anti-inflammatories. With age, your blood vessels become inflamed and swollen from the inside, reducing the space for blood to pass through. Ginger acts by reducing this systemic inflammation, clearing the path for blood flow to circulate without obstacles. Second, and this connects to what we discussed earlier, ginger is a natural catalyst for nitric oxide. By consuming it, you're helping your body reactivate the production of that gas that dilates the arteries. Imagine ginger relaxing the rigidity of your internal pipes. The physical result is immediate and tangible. By improving vasodilation, blood reaches the corpora cavernosa of the penis with greater pressure and volume, facilitating firmer and more responsive erections. But the benefits don't stop in the bedroom. By better oxygenating every tissue, you'll notice that mental fog dissipates. Your hands and feet stop being cold, and your physical endurance during the day increases considerably. The fascinating thing is that we have an economical solution without serious side effects and easy to obtain, capable of competing with many pharmacological treatments for mild circulation issues. However, this is where 90% of people fail. They buy processed ginger powder, poor quality capsules, or cook it until the properties are killed. For ginger to act as a true vascular tonic, you must consume it in a very specific way and in its purest state. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you now. Now, pay close attention because technique is everything. I've seen too many patients fail because they rush to the supermarket to buy ginger powder or processed tea bags. I need to be clear, for medicinal vascular purposes, that doesn't work. The powder has lost much of its volatile oils due to oxidation. What we need is the live root, fresh and raw ginger. The protocol is simple but rigorous. First, the dose. Cut a thin slice, approximately the size of a coin. You don't need more. If it's too spicy for you at first, you can start with a thinner slice and increase it. But don't fear that spiciness. That burning sensation is the chemical signal that the gingerols are active and potent. Second, the timing. It should be on an empty stomach right after waking up. At that moment, your stomach is empty and your body is in full absorption mode. If you mix it with a heavy breakfast, the compounds will compete with the digestion of other foods and lose efficacy. And third, here's the clinical secret that makes the difference. Prolonged chewing. Don't just swallow the piece like a pill. You must chew it slowly for at least 2 minutes until it breaks down in your mouth. Why do we do this? Because by chewing and mixing with saliva, you allow part of the active principles to be absorbed directly through the capillaries under your tongue and in your gums. This sends the signal to the bloodstream almost immediately, bypassing the long digestive process. By doing this, you're likely to feel a sudden warmth coursing through your body or even slight sweating. Don't be alarmed, that's the best possible sign. It means your blood vessels are dilating and blood is starting to flow forcefully to the extremities and, of course, to your pelvic region. With daily consistency, you'll notice that your hands and feet are no longer cold, your mind clears up faster in the morning, and your erections respond with renewed firmness. But although ginger alone is powerful, there's a way to multiply its effects. The longest living communities in the world don't take it alone. They combine it in a specific cocktail that enhances its absorption and adds anti-inflammatory benefits. I'm going to reveal this secret recipe from the blue zones right now. Now that you've mastered using ginger alone, I want to share with you a secret that goes one step further. This isn't just any recipe, it's an adaptation of the tonics that inhabitants of the blue zones consume regularly. Those magical places like Okinawa in Japan or Sardinia in Italy, where it's common to see 90-year-old men with enviable vitality and without chronic diseases. They don't rely on luck, they rely on the chemistry of their foods, and their secret is synergy. Combining ingredients that are good separately but explosive together. I'm going to teach you how to prepare the vascular vitality tonic. You'll need 4 main elements: ginger, turmeric, lemon, and pure honey. Here's the exact procedure. 1. The ginger base. Take that coin-sized slice of fresh ginger we mentioned before. Peel and cut into very thin slices, or better yet, grate it to release all the juices. 2. The anti-inflammatory gold. Add a teaspoon of grated fresh turmeric or powder if you can't get fresh. Turmeric is ginger's cousin and is possibly the most potent natural anti-inflammatory in the world. It helps clean arterial plaque and keeps your vessels flexible. 3. The citrus activator. Squeeze the juice of half a lemon. The vitamin C in lemon not only cleans toxins, but is also essential for protecting nitric oxide from oxidation, making its effect last longer in your blood. 4. The carrier. Add a teaspoon of raw bee honey. It's not just for flavor. Honey acts as a transport that improves the absorption of the other compounds and provides immediate energy to the brain. Mix all this in a glass with 200 ml of room temperature or warm water, never boiling, to avoid destroying the vitamin C. The key step: don't drink it immediately. Let it steep for 5 minutes. This maceration time allows the lemon's acids to extract the gingerols from the ginger and the curcumin from the turmeric, creating a bioavailable solution that your body will absorb like a sponge. This tonic should be taken preferably on an empty stomach, about 20 minutes before your breakfast. It's an internal bath that awakens your organs, dilates your arteries, and prepares your body to perform at its best during the day. But be careful, having the recipe is only half the battle. For this to truly transform your life and keep you away from dysfunction and fatigue, you need to integrate it into a conscious lifestyle. In the final part, I'll give you the keys to maintain these results forever and my personal recommendation. But the recipe for this tonic is a great power, and as a doctor, my duty is to tell you the complete truth. There are no miracles if the rest of your life is chaos. Ginger and turmeric are extraordinary tools, but they work best when the terrain, your body, is prepared to receive them. For this change to be permanent and your circulation to remain as fluid as a young person's, you need to support this remedy with 3 basic pillars. I'm not asking you to become an Olympic athlete. I'm just asking for biological intelligence. First, strategic nutrition. Ginger opens the doors, but you need nutrients to pass through them. Incorporate more foods rich in natural nitrates, like beets, spinach, and healthy fats like avocado or nuts. These are the building blocks your body uses to repair the arterial walls that ginger is cleaning. Second, conscious movement. Circulation doesn't depend only on the heart, it depends on your muscles, especially those in your calves, which act as a second heart pumping blood back upward. You don't need to run marathons. Walking at a brisk pace for 20 minutes a day is enough to activate this hydraulic pump and prevent blood from pooling in your legs or pelvis. And third, and perhaps the most ignored, stress management. Chronic stress releases cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that are potent vasoconstrictors, meaning they close your arteries. Being stressed all day nullifies ginger's effect. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to deep breathing or simply to being in silence. Relaxing your mind is literally relaxing your blood vessels. Health isn't built with great heroic feats once a year, but with the small decisions you make every morning. By preparing this tonic, by choosing to walk instead of sitting, you're sending a powerful message to your cells. We're still alive. We're still strong. I guarantee you that the body is incredibly grateful. If you give it what it needs, it has a regenerative capacity that will surprise you, no matter your age. I want to thank you for joining me this far. Your interest shows that you're someone who doesn't settle, who seeks quality of life and respect for your own body. That's already the first step to success. If this information was useful to you, I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell, because every week I share natural medical secrets that you won't see anywhere else. And now I have a small challenge for you. If you're going to try the Blue Zones tonic tomorrow, write in the comments the phrase natural vitality. That way I'll know who the men committed to their health are. I am Dr. Helena Guimarães. Remember, aging is mandatory, but aging with strength and vitality is optional.